The geopolitical shockwaves of the January 3rd U.S. military operation against the Maduro regime in Venezuela have extended far beyond the mainland. While the naval maneuvers were executed with precision, the collateral damage to the travel industry has been immediate and severe. Following the Federal Aviation Administration's emergency order to close the airspace over Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands due to high-intensity military air traffic, the Caribbean cruise sector is facing a logistical nightmare. Unlike previous disruptions caused by hurricanes or pandemics, the ships themselves are safe and operational. However, the air bridge required to get passengers to them has collapsed. With over 400 flights canceled in a single weekend, cruise lines are currently sailing with thousands of empty cabins, leaving travelers stranded in transit hubs across North America. Grand Princess Home Port, San Juan, Puerto Rico. Planned itinerary: 7-day Southern Caribbean, St. Thomas, St. Kitts, Antigua, Barbados. The Grand Princess was scheduled to depart on the evening of January 3rd. However, with San Juan International Airport effectively shut down, more than 40% of the ship's manifest was unable to land. The majority of missing guests are stranded in major U.S. hubs such as Miami, Atlanta, and New York, unable to catch connecting flights to Puerto Rico. Cruise line action. Princess Cruises made the rare decision to delay the ship's departure significantly. The vessel remained docked in San Juan until the evening of January 5th, waiting for the airspace to reopen to salvage the vacation for incoming guests. Consequently, the scheduled call to St. Thomas has been canceled to allow the ship to race towards St. Kitts. Guests are receiving onboard credit as compensation for the missed port. Norwegian Epic Home Port, San Juan, Puerto Rico. Planned itinerary: 7-day Southern Caribbean Explorer, Aruba, Curacao, Bonaire, St. Lucia. The Epic faced a double threat: the inability to fly passengers in and the proximity of its planned route, the ABC Islands, to the Venezuelan coast, the center of the conflict. Hundreds of passengers arrived in San Juan days early and boarded successfully, but a significant portion remained stuck at airport gates in Florida and Texas. The ship delayed its departure until late at night on January 4th, keeping gangways open for stragglers arriving on the first emergency relief flights. Furthermore, NCL has altered the itinerary to avoid the Venezuelan maritime border, likely swapping the ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, for northern alternatives like Tortola and St. Martin. Valiant Lady, operating out of San Juan. Planned itinerary: Southeastern Caribbean Isles. Known for its strict schedules and adult-only clientele, Virgin Voyages faced a difficult choice. The ship could not risk losing its berth slots at future ports by waiting days for the airspace to clear. Would-be sailors are currently stuck in departure cities across the US and Europe, with no way to reach the ship before it sailed into open waters. The company prioritized financial restitution over logistical delays. Recognizing that the ship could not wait, Virgin Voyages sailed with a lighter load. For those who missed the boat due to the FAA shutdown, the company has offered a 100% future voyage credit, allowing guests to rebook a future holiday without penalty. Windsurf and Windspirit Home Port, Phillipsburg, St. Martin, Bridgetown, Barbados. Planned itinerary: classic Caribbean and yachtsmen's harbors. While these smaller yachts don't always depart from Puerto Rico, the FAA restrictions had a ripple effect on airspace across the Leeward Islands, impacting flights into St. Martin and Barbados. Guests are currently stranded in transit hubs or at regional island airports that were temporarily grounded due to the proximity of military fly zones. Cruise line action. Both yachts delayed their embarkation processes. Because these ships carry fewer passengers, 148 to 342 guests, the line is attempting to hold departure as long as possible to ensure every guest makes it on board, leveraging their ability to dock in smaller ports to make up time later. Jewel of the Seas and Brilliance of the Seas. Home port: San Juan, Puerto Rico. Planned itinerary: Southern Caribbean, St. Croix, Dominica, Grenada. With tight turnaround times and fueling schedules, Royal Caribbean maintained a business-as-usual approach where possible. A significant number of passengers are stuck in San Juan hotels, having arrived before the closure but unable to reach the terminal due to local gridlock, or remain on the U.S. mainland. Both ships departed with minimal delays, but with significantly reduced passenger counts. The ghost ship effect is most visible here, with some estimates suggesting the ships are sailing at 60 to 70% capacity. The line is assisting stranded guests with flight rebookings to meet the ship at the next available port of call, likely St. Croix or St. Martin, provided they can secure flights. The cruise industry is currently facing an operational crisis, not a safety crisis. While the ships are safe at sea, the air blockade over Puerto Rico has severed the lifeline of tourism in the region. An estimated 50,000 to 75,000 travelers across the Caribbean are currently displaced, stuck in airports, or stranded in transit hotels. Although the FAA began reopening corridors in the airspace on the morning of January 5th, airlines warn that clearing the backlog of 400-plus canceled flights will take at least 48 to 72 hours. If you were scheduled to sail this week, do not cancel your booking voluntarily, as this may void your insurance. Wait for official cancellation or offer letters from your cruise line.